In many ways, it is the story of human civilization. How do you police love? If we look at each of our cultures, you will find that. If we look at each of our countries, you will find that. And so I think people need to ask that question. Why are we being policed?
The end of 2 decades of legal struggle to take out a Victorian law that made same-sex love criminal.
India's Supreme Court has unanimously overturned a 19th century law that made gay sex punishable by up to a decade in jail.
You know, you can even the odds in a courtroom in a way that often can't be done outside the courtroom. In 2013, when the Supreme Court heard this case, it upheld the law. And along with, a large team of lawyers, we were involved with that case. And we lost the case that time around. And so we began to think about taking LGBT Indians to court. LGBT Indians are everywhere, but you needed to make them real to judges in the court. And what better way to do that than to get them to come to court and petition the court in their own name. We put together the first petition, which was 5 queer Indians who were willing to challenge the law.
They took a big risk. This was a decision they made on the back of a loss, with the Supreme Court having said that gay people are criminals. And I think the most astounding thing about all 5 of them was their incredible bravery. They never doubted themselves, they never wavered. They decided like this, in fact, that they were ready to file this.
Azadi! Azadi! I think the court reminded the country that it was a constitutional democracy where people of diverse faiths and orientations and ideologies live together, and that they do not have to agree with each other, but they need to respect constitutional values of equality and non-discrimination.
When Justice Indu Malhotra, who's the only woman on the 5-judge panel, says that history owes an apology to LGBT people and their families, my parents were there in the courtroom that day, and it meant a lot to them. And I've heard from other gay Indians who have said that it meant a lot to their parents to hear the court recognizing not just what LGBT people go through, but also what their families go through with them.
The thing about, I think, all kinds of closets, right, is that once you open the door, it doesn't exist anymore. I think when you have nothing left to lose, is that moment where folks just say, okay, we're done with this darkness now. We are here, and we are queer, and we are Indian citizens, and you know us, and we are your colleagues and your friends and your children, and you need to recognize us and enable us to live our lives openly and with respect and with dignity.